Hello, I'm Andrew Kravets, or you can call me Bold Developer, because I am both. In this video, I continue developing battery alarm, an application that wakes you up right before or soon before your battery will die. For me personally, it is important because on my phone, a follower application tracks my son's blood sugar, and it is important for me always to be connected and get important notification and be notified right before a battery is dying so I can charge it. In this specific video will be mostly technical. First, I'll show you what the application already looks like, and second, we'll make a code review specifically of a feature of code that adds sound to this alarm, and some design improvements. Let's go. First, how it looks like. Android Studio makes some space. Yeah, let it be like this. See, I'm already have some colors in the application. On button, it enables on a device listening to the battery level. Off button, it disables this. Simple like that. And when battery level goes below around 15%, you'll see something like that. See, battery alarm, battery is low, is below the set threshold. Maybe you can even hear the sound. Okay, if you don't worry, because it is there. So alarm all the time notifies you while, or you can dismiss the sound, of course, like an ordinary alarm. That's what we have now. And let's go through the code. Where I finished, comparing to the previous video, ramp up, play, enable. Yeah, I think all this basically. What is important for us, there are many commits, but you can divide it in your head by two. One adds a sound when alarm is on, another commit or another part of commits adds Ukrainian localization beside English default. And also I've changed a bit button design. Let's start from the alarm sound. What do we have here? Android alarm notifier. I already had interfaces. Now, basically, implementation was done. And also alarm sounds player, yeah, alarm sound. Come on. What's wrong? Don't we have this class anymore? Android alarm sound player. We do have. Let's start from here. If you're curious about the code itself, or you want to review it without my face continuously explaining it, you can just see in the description the link to the repository and download the application by yourself and review it and run. Basically, it's already functional. I already have it on my phone and on my wife's phone, So we both are notified where battery goes down. So you can run it by Android Studio now, but soon I will publish it on Google Play as well. Start alarm. This, not this, yeah, start looping. As you can see, we have a class, a sound player, and the function start looping. And it does the magic in here. Basically, why looping? Because it has a loop inside, and it finds default alarm sound on your device and continue playing it until you dismiss it. Plus, it has gradual increase of the volume. Technical details. Start looping, stop looping, simple as that. Start looping class implementation. We have synchronized block. It is important to make sure that different threads will not have race condition in this critical section. We have lock instance, and very same synchronized block, same lock is used in order to stop it as well. Before it starts playing, it stops just in case to avoid like have two alarms on one on top of another. We find alarm URI. I believe this is a path to a sound itself. Yeah, and we build player object which make a sound eventually. Alarm sound session. What is this? I'm not quite familiar with this code by myself. Basically reviewing it with you. Good. Here we find a sound and we play it. Here we stop it. This is a way to find default sound from your device. If you don't find it here, it will find it this way, if not this way, etc. Just to make sure we have some kind of sound. They may vary from different devices. Some technical SDK details and requesting audio focus. I believe this is done, it works quite well for newest Android versions. When you have something else playing already, this sound will have a focus because it's like any other alarm has higher priority. It's what this request audio focus does, I believe. And also we have this volume ramp controller. What it does, it is responsible for gradually increasing the sound of a volume of your alarm. This class, from architectural perspective, is a part of domain, so it's pure Android agnostic functionality. It is covered by unit tests. Is it? Yeah, we'll review them later. And basically, when sound starts ringing, it will start coroutine job in the background with a loop inside, and with some kind of delay, it will gradually make the volume one step higher sound. First, it was a part, this volume ramp controller was a part of this alarm sound implementation class inside, but I decided to move it to the separate class and to use composition to have it more testable and more readable code. This is all about making sound. And we also have some code changes for UI. Let's see, main setting module, main setting content. AI drew for me some kind of buttons, the one you could see on the screen, this rectangle or this circle. All is done programmatically with Kotlin code. Also, AI handles this kind of image. Maybe I will leave it as it is now. It's quite good. You may go through the code by yourself when reviewing the repository. I will just also mention that this very same application icon is, and as we added previous time foreground service, as soon as I enable it, you will see soon. Yeah, you can see it now. Foreground service notification, because if you have foreground service, you will always have visible notification. This is a guy component that is always listening to the broadcast receiver event when battery is low. And now I review it on the previous video. It's quite optimized, so it does not kill a battery by itself. It should probably decrease the battery level 0.05% per 24 hours, at least theoretically. Now I have it installed from today, and it will work 24 hours every day. And I have another application that tracks how much each process drains the battery. So I will share the results with you after I test it by myself. And I will let you know how much exactly this process by itself drains the battery. That's it for this video. It will be continue. I will continue. There will be other videos later. We will where I'll show you a reactive MVVM or MVI, and maybe we'll add some end-to-end tests, even more than we have now, and one of the final video when I share publishing process to the Google Play Store, so you can be added as a tester. Or if you're not curious about the technical details by yourself, but you want to have it installed on your Android device, you will be able to you will be notified to have this application on my YouTube channel. So if you are curious, subscribe. See you later. Bye.